and welcome back to the One Piece Doc Podcast with me, Mr. Six, and
Erik, and today we're going to talk about football.
Yes. So before we get into that, follow us on Instagram at onepiece.doc.podcast. So yeah, like Erik was saying, we have two loves in this world, besides some other things, but our two biggest ones, like for our free time, is One Piece, and the other one is American football.
American football. Don't get that confused with
Soccer. Yeah, we're Americans, if you didn't know.
Yeah,
but
I look more American though.
Oh my god. Anyways, but well, my people were here first.
They were.
So basically we're gonna we thought it'd be really fun if we kind of mesh the two together, and we totally understand that the manga and anime community might not be into sports or football. So if you don't want to listen to this episode, that's totally fine with us. We know probably only 1% of you is going to stick around to listen to this, but if you never watch the game of football or don't know about it but kind of want to know more, we're just going to give an extremely basic overview. So and I just went over this with my fiance, so I taught her about the game, and so we watch it together now. But yeah, so let's get into it. Oh yeah, and then after that, we're gonna go over the Straw Hats today. So we think we're gonna make this a series just because it's our podcast. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
So
do whatever we want, and if you give us suggestions, we'll still do whatever we want.
Exactly. So, but yeah. So after the basics, we're gonna talk about which Straw Hats would be best at which positions, and there'll probably be multiple positions because there's 53-man roster and
Yeah.
11 starters on offense, defense, and special teams. So we gotta have them play multiple positions,
fill out our team here.
But we're just gonna do the Straw Hats today, and we'll probably do other stuff like the Guy, the Marines, the
Worst
Generation, and then maybe we'll do an all-star team.
Ooh, I made one too. I already made it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so ready for this series.
It's gonna be fun.
Okay, so let's.
This is one of our favorite things to talk about.
Yeah,
football and One Piece.
If we're not talking about One Piece, we're talking about football. So and then we both like teams that have the two best quarterbacks to ever play. So we'll just give you that hint. We won't tell you which teams, and if you can guess down below in the comments, we'll let you know if you got it right. But yeah, I know you're holding your tongue right there. But I said the two. Okay, I didn't say which one. Okay, we're not gonna fight right here.
Okay,
not this early. This early. Maybe a different podcast.
Mine's the better team now.
Currently, I'll give you that.
Okay. We gave him too many hints.
But I know. Okay, so basically, I'm just gonna give you the rundown of football. So the basic premise of the game is to take what is called the football, which is kind of more like a pointy-ended egg, I guess.
Pointy-ended egg.
I don't know. I'm just trying to give something that someone can understand. So and so you're trying to. So one team is playing defense, one team's playing offense, and the person playing offense is trying to get it over what's called the goal line or the end zone.
Just a line on the ground.
Exactly. So we'll start with the offense. We'll start with the offense first. I won't go into the actual rules of the game unless you guys want me to, but just know that that's the premise of the game.
One team's trying to score by getting across the line. The other team's trying to stop them.
And they get, I'll just say this. They get 4 chances. Essentially, it's 3 because that's what all teams do is 3. And then depending on where they're at, the situation, they'll either punt it away, they'll try to make what's called a field goal, or they'll try to do another play and
go for it.
What we say is go for it. So, and then if they don't make it, the other team gets the ball at wherever they are spotted or wherever the ball is stopped.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's just the basics. We don't want to like really overload you right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go over the positions real quick.
And we assume actually, if you've gotten this far, you probably know a little bit.
Probably, yeah,
Probably.
but or you're just trying to learn about it.
Yeah,
So
if you're just trying to learn about it.
So yeah, so we'll start off with offense. So the position that probably, if you don't know anything, if you only know one thing about football, you probably know the position called the quarterback position, and that is that like the lead, usually seen as the leader of the team or the offense. Do you want to give the rundown of what makes a quarterback successful? What usually find in that kind of player?
Yeah. So for quarterbacks, usually charismatic. Some examples of a charismatic quarterback would be like Tom Brady. You have.
What if they don't know Tom Brady? Just give them like attributes, like what would make up like intelligence, speed, like those kinds of things.
Okay, well, if you don't know who Tom Brady is, you're missing out on life. But the greatest attributes would be charisma. You have to be charismatic. You have to be able to lead people with your personality. You need to be, fierce and demanding, but you also have to have, you have to have an ability to get people to follow you on the field.
What about
and
the
trust
tangibles?
What's that?
What about the tangibles?
Well, I was gonna get there.
Oh, okay.
But that's the biggest part is you need to be able to lead, and people need to like you.
Yeah.
Then you need to be able to throw the ball. You need to be able to actually get the ball downfield, not just like be able to toss it, but accurately get it short distances, far distances, middle distances.
Just like basic arm strength.
Yeah, where
just
you
gotta be
where
strong.
you want it. So
and then
arm strength, accuracy.
Intelligence.
Yeah, you have to be really
smart.
smart.
You have to be extremely intelligent because you have to remember all the plays and then tell everybody where they're going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to be able to read the defense, and you have to know all of your plays. And your plays, you have to know what they're going to be like compared to what defenses you're being shown throughout the game. And you need to be able to kind of predict what you're going to get.
Yeah.
So these are things that quarterbacks do. They have to be smart, strong, and sometimes fast.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
Not
there's a
all the
lot
time.
of, and if you ever
Different
get
styles.
if you watch it, you'll know. But if you ever get into, there's like different styles of quarterbacks. So different players play different ways, and there's not just one single way to play it. But anyway, so that's the quarterback position. Then we'll go to what's called the wide receivers. So those are the guys that, or one of the guys that the quarterback is going to be throwing to.
Mm-hmm.
And what makes a wide receiver good?
Generally, a good wide receiver, they can be smart too, but they really just need to be able to run fast. They need to be able to run quickly. Quickly is a little bit more talent. Is more of a talent than running fast because you're usually running short routes or middle routes,
which means like you're stopping or like changing directions
really quickly.
And also being like technical, right? Because like you have to, kind of trick your defender.
Yeah, because they're also just as fast as you usually. So you're trying to find a way to get a cushion or that 1 to 2 yards between you and them, so the ball can get to you and they can't knock it out of the air.
Perfect. And then the next position that is can also receive is the tight end.
Mm-hmm.
So they're actually a really interesting position, right? Because they play.
Mm-hmm. They're probably the most athletic position on the field.
Yeah, they block, which we'll get into in a little bit, and they receive. Do you want to talk about a little bit about that?
Yeah, so tight ends, like I said, they're probably the most athletic position on the field because you have to be very strong to block. You're stopping 250, 300-pound men from coming right by you. You either chip block where you throw your shoulder into them and push them back, or you get your hands on them and you actually try to push them back and
from
stop
getting to
them.
the quarterback. Yeah,
from getting the quarterback with a running back, which we'll talk about. And then you have to go out and catch the ball from the quarterback. The quarterback's going to throw the ball downfield. You usually need to be pretty decently fast. Not always really fast, but
good
fast
hands.
enough.
Good hands.
Yeah, good hands.
Blocking.
Good hands with the receivers too.
Yeah.
That's probably pivotal. We should have said that. Good hands. But yeah, good hands. You need to be fast enough to get downfield, and you need to be pretty strong.
Smart too.
And big, but smart too. All these positions you have to be smart. Smart is actually, if you're in the NFL.
Yeah, you gotta know what you're doing because the other people will dominate you.
Yeah,
just like in
absolutely.
One Piece.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
Like in One Piece. But okay, so then we'll get to the running back, or we just call them the backs because there's a halfback and there's a fullback, but we'll just put them in one group for now.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that, Eric?
So the running backs, they receive the balls on handoffs or pitches. A pitch is when the quarterback throws the ball behind the line or behind them, and the running back catches it and then runs either out or in or whatever they're doing. They're just running the ball. They're trying to go forward. They're trying to pretty much bruise people over, bowl them over, push them over, run by them, juke them out.
Or
just
finesse them, evade them.
Something. They're just trying to get by the people who are trying to tackle
big
them,
guys.
take them down.
Yeah.
The big guys. And they do that using their moves, and that's different for every running back. But yeah, they have to be fast, strong, generally low sense of gravity.
Yeah, usually they're smaller. Sometimes, I mean, there's big
been
backs, but like usually small backs, you can change directions faster. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But so those are what my team calls OWs, or offensive weapons.
Mm-hmm.
But so now we'll get into sometimes can be those unsung heroes on the offense, and which is we won't go into the specific positions, but we're just going to generalize them to the what we call the offensive line, or the O line.
Yeah.
So
for an O line, you usually want it to be taller on the outside, shorter in the middle, because your quarterback has to be able to see over it. You want them to be unmovable objects. So
they have to be in sync with each other. They have to have extremely good teamwork, or else the plays that everybody else is trying to work towards is not going to work.
And in the NFL, they're very tricky. They try to find ways to stunt the line so that they can get them off balance, and then they have a big hole in the line. And there's a hole in your line. It's like an easy pass to the quarterback or your running back.
It's basically like getting hit without your hockey ready.
Yeah, if you have your hockey and you have your hockey up, you can stop them. But if your hockey is down, then boom, you're
just
done.
Like your own line is like your armament hockey.
Yeah.
Depending on how strong your armament hockey is how good your outline is. So
yes. You cannot win. You cannot win a game without a good line.
Some teams have terrible armament hockey.
Yes, some teams have really bad. Some teams don't have it at all.
Oh, I know, right? They haven't learned it yet.
Yeah, they haven't learned it. They're like pre-time
or they
skip.
lost it.
Yeah, they lost it. They're like maybe Gecko Moore. Yeah,
I know, right?
Yeah, I assume he had it at one point.
Okay, we'll get into that later. But that's a topic for another video. Okay, so that's the basic overview of the O-line. Next, we're going to go to the defense, which are, just trying to stop the other team from scoring, or trying to get the ball from, like, they grab it from out of the air, or they punch it out of, not punching the guy, but like punching whoever has the ball out of their hands.
Let's do this one. Let's do this one by defensive line, our linebackers, our safeties, and the cornerbacks.
Yeah, we'll just keep it like that simple. So like the defensive line. Go for it.
Generally, your defensive line is trying to get by the offensive line, so they need to be pretty big, but a little bit faster.
And they're the guys that are going against the O-line.
Yeah.
So the offensive line, they're clashing together.
So they're like head-to-head, and generally they are faster than the O-line, not as strong, but generally they have to get by them, so they need to be quicker.
Yeah, it's either you power through them or you finesse them. Like you're
it's
so athletic.
And your hands have to be extraordinarily fast.
Exactly, and balance is key.
And you have to be good at punching people in the face, because they're punching people all the time.
Oh yeah, well I mean not like in the traditional sense, but
they do these
like
slaps.
A football kind of like just to like. It's kind of like you think about sumo.
You would knock.
It's like you're trying to knock each other off balance to create an opening.
Yeah, and if one of us got hit with one of those fists, it would knock us out. Yeah, they're moving hard.
Literally doing a Kaido hit to like Luffy, right, when they first meet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so that's the defensive line. Wait, I want to go a little bit more specific.
Sometimes they stop the run, so they're trying to hold the line and just jump at the run.
So the running back is like, if they're trying to go through the O-lineman,
they're
like
running by.
What we say up the middle?
They hold the line.
Yeah, so if they see that guy coming through, they stop them. They're usually the ones that are supposed to stop them.
Yeah, and then if it's a pass play where the quarterback's throwing the ball to a receiver or tight end or the running back, they're usually rushing through the line and they're trying to get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
And you have to be smart enough to distinguish.
Time. Yeah.
They always know before the play whether it's a pass or a run, or sometimes they should.
Other than like that, stereotype, people in the NFL level tend to be, at least it's smart in football in terms.
Yeah.
But okay, so the defensive line, I want to say this because my Straw Hats have specific positions within the D line
Mm-hmm.
or the defensive line. So just think about two parts. One is the middle part, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's rushing towards in the middle, and
Generally
then think
more
about the outside.
for stopping the run, the middle.
Yeah, but so think about the middle ones, and then those guys are usually the most powerful out of the defensive line, right? They're more
Bigger.
powerful. Yeah, not
They tend
as
to be
an,
bigger.
Yeah,
A
tend to be
lot
bigger. Not as an athletic as the other guys, which are on the outsides. Think
Mhm.
about them as each end of that line, and those guys are usually tend to be more athletic
And fast.
and fast. And so they're the guys what we call edge rushers, but it doesn't. We'll just call them defensive ends.
Yeah, and they're
They're really fast. So
second most athletic person on the team.
Yeah.
Behind maybe a tight end.
Yeah. So the only reason why I wanted to define that is because my Straw Hats, I distinguish between a defensive line or a defensive tackle, which is the interior,
Mm-hmm.
and then the defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to say that. Okay. So now we'll go to the second level, which these guys kind of do both. They kind of sometimes they can rush like the defensive line,
Mm-hmm.
or what we'll talk about later is they kind of do some like what we call coverages when the quarterback's going to throw the ball. They try to cover someone at a short distance.
Yeah, usually up front in the middle.
Yeah.
Maybe towards the sidelines, but usually up close within the first 20 yards. But
Yeah.
sometimes they get in mismatches where they have to go downfield.
Yeah. So
Only the best can stop those.
those guys
downfields.
those guys are crazy.
Yeah, there's some.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm. But what they do, they're the leaders of the team usually, because in the middle of the defense, they're always telling out the what we're doing, what the plays are on defense.
They usually have what's called the mic.
Mhm.
They're
From
like
the-
they
from the
have
coaches.
it. Yeah, the coaches will communicate plays or what they think the play is going to be to them. And
Yeah.
so that person, one of those linebackers, communicates it to everybody.
Yeah, and they're usually fast. They're usually strong.
Mhm.
They're usually very smart,
Extremely tough.
very tough. Yeah,
Extremely. They hit people all the time.
they hit very hard. They're hard hitters,
Ah.
but they're fast. They're strong. They have all the tangibles. If
Yeah.
for a good linebacker, you're fast. You're strong. You can move side to side. You're quick.
Be an effective communicator.
A very good communicator.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
These are
all-
linebackers.
Yeah. And then the last one is what we call the secondary, but we're going to talk about the two main groups, which is,
Safeties. And
the only two
cornerbacks.
groups. So yeah, there's so we'll start with the cornerback,
Mhm.
which is so the quarterback position on a team is the most important position, right? I think everybody agrees.
Quarterback. Yeah.
And then the second one is it's very debatable between what we said before, a defensive end or edge rusher,
Mm-hmm.
and a cornerback. So
Yeah, if you have a really good cornerback, you don't really have to have great, up the middle pressure from your defensive ends, your line, because they can just stop the receivers from getting open.
well, it's an open debate right now.
Well, it just
I mean-
depends. If you had some of the best cornerbacks,
that's what your team is very successful on. So
Yeah.
that's why.
well, that's what it is. If you
Yeah.
have good cornerbacks, then you don't need great defensive ends.
But it can be the reverse too, where if
Yeah.
you have great defensive ends, if
You don't need
if
good
they put so
cornerbacks.
much pressure on a quarterback, then if they're fast enough, right? If they
Oh,
were
absolutely,
fast
yeah.
enough, yeah, then it makes it. Everybody, if you have a strong position somewhere, it usually makes someone else look better. So, but anyways,
Absolutely.
like I was saying, it is a very important position. That's why I want to emphasize. So, anyways, go on. So these guys are the ones that
They're
are going to be
fast.
covering the wide receivers.
Yeah, they cover the wide receivers. They're generally the fastest players on the field because you have to be predictive of the wide receivers. So you have to kind of know what they're going to do. You have to be smart enough to kind of say, hey, this is what they're lined up as. This is what the whole offense looks like. This is kind of what I'm expecting for them to be doing on this play. And then with that said, you have to be pretty quick. So they follow the shadow, the wide receivers, and they kind of go for them. So with that said, that's the cornerback. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last ones, and I want to separate these two. So there's the safeties, and there's two of them: the strong safety and the free safety. So these guys are basically like the last line of defense.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say the running back has the ball, and he gets through the defensive line, which we went over, the linebackers in the corners are nowhere near them. The safeties are usually the ones that are supposed to take them down before they get to the goal, goal line.
And the strong safety, that's the safety that's usually closer to the line.
Yeah.
He's more like a linebacker, but he's pretty good in coverage.
Yeah, he kind of do both.
So he can kind of drop back. He can play zone pretty good, which just means he's pretty much defending a spot on the field.
An area, yeah.
Yeah, and he can tackle really, really hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, the best strong safeties.
Because he has to stop him.
Yeah, they stop the running back that gets through, but they also act like linebackers and they come up to the line often.
Yeah, and then the free safety.
The free safety drops back, and good free safety can cover the whole field. They cover left side, the right side, middle. Every once in a while, they can stop the run, but they're more focused on coverage. They're very quick. They're very smart. They're also considered leaders on the defense behind the middle linebacker, and if the middle linebacker isn't that great or experienced, then it often goes to the free safety to lead the defense.
Yep. All right, I think we spent a lot of time on saying the positions. So now that you have the basics down of what each position kind of does, now we're
follow our conversation.
Yeah, now you can kind of follow our conversation. So, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? So
yeah, we've talked about sport ball for a minute now, so I think our people, regardless, they may have skipped to this point here.
Yeah, and we'll add a timestamp if you want.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so are we gonna start? Let's have. Do you want to start with Luffy first?
Why don't we do? Yeah, we can do Luffy. We can start with Luffy here.
Okay, so do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So Luffy, I have him down as a wide receiver.
Okay.
On the offense.
Okay.
And the reason for this is.
Oh no, just say all the ones that you think.
Oh, you don't want me to tell why?
No, because then that'd take forever. Because I have a ton.
Okay, well Luffy, I think wide receiver, strong safety.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
He's fast.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. And that's it.
I mean, he could play other positions. He can play any position except for maybe quarterback.
Really? I had him as quarterback.
He's not very smart.
Really?
Not smart enough.
I think he is. I think he makes like good decisions sometimes, but like, I mean, he's not going to be an elite quarterback. He'd be like a serviceable quarterback.
Nah.
Okay. So listen.
Not for this.
So for my list, I have every straw hat at a lot of positions. So like they can I'd say like Luffy would be a backup quarterback, not like a starting quarterback, because I have someone else as my quarterback.
Yeah, it's just not his position. I was just saying what they're best at, and I think Luffy'd be better at wide receiver or strong safety. And personally, I think he'd be a better strong safety.
Okay, so this is what I have him as.
Mm-hmm.
So I said quarterback, wide receiver, a defensive end, an outside linebacker, or offensive coordinator.
Offensive coordinator. He's pretty good at offense. He's.
That's
good
what I'm saying. He defeats.
What's the? I think we should narrow it down.
I know. No, that's what
make it more specific.
Okay, I'm gonna. I say wide receiver just because he's really good with his his fruit. So he's pretty accurate when he wants to grab something. He never really misses.
Yeah. That's why I said wide receiver, because he's he always very much, and plus he can get his arms way up in the sky.
Exactly.
He can just catch a ball like the quarterback just throws it up. You still could just throw the ball up in the air super high, and he can just throw his arms out there. Boom.
So I would say, and then if we're gonna pick two positions, I'm just gonna read out all what I thought, and then I'll just narrow it down to two. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other position I would say is defensive end. Because he's athletic, he hits hard, he's quick, right? Gear second, boom.
Yeah, but he's small.
Yeah, you get around those left-right tackles.
Kaido could just pummel him, one hit, boom.
I would not have Kaido as an offensive lineman.
I mean, if he was there, he'd be done. I put Kaido on the defensive end, actually.
No, okay, fine. No, I'm not gonna spoil what I have because I already have it. But that's another video. Okay, let's move on to Zoro.
Zoro's the man with swords. I kind of put Zoro at defensive end.
And that's it?
That's his best position, I would say. I thought about it for a while, and the reason for defensive end is because he's pretty strong, but he has these slashes that could just knock and disorient, the tackles, and then he could use his slashes to attack the quarterbacks or running backs.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a swordsman. So what position? I mean, you could really be very creative with it.
Yeah, he's like really. It was hard. This was hard for me because like I was like, oh my god, he could fill so many holes in our roster.
Yeah,
so,
put him anywhere.
Yeah,
he could but he'd be using a sword. He'd be killing people.
So I said, I put
literally.
So I put strong safety because he gets the job done, right?
Yeah,
he hits hard. A tight end, a running back because he can dish out punishment. He'd be like a power back.
He's not super fast.
Yeah, exactly. But and then a defensive end, and then a linebacker.
Yeah, he holds his ground though pretty good.
Yeah, he does. That's why, but I'd see him definitely a defense. I'd say probably strong safety and linebacker.
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah, and why linebacker or strong safety? Over maybe a defensive end. I
mean, coverage, right? He can do these slashes.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just I see what you're saying. Anything. It's just weird. He was weird for me to place.
I know, it was really weird for me. That was probably the hardest one because everybody else was pretty
He's
easy.
got a sword, and that's weird.
Yeah. We don't use swords in football, by the way.
Yeah, swords aren't part of the game.
Yeah. I mean, maybe in the I don't know, 70s or 80s or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, they used to
look up that one game the Brown. Oh no, it was the Bears and the Raiders.
They were using clubs.
Yeah,
they had them on their hands.
They
would have broken hands and stuff, and they would
use their cast.
Yeah, they put casts on and club the crap out of people.
Glad they don't do that anymore, though.
Yeah,
probably not good for their hands too.
Yeah. They used to put stickum on their hands too.
Yeah,
the ball would come in the air, just stick to their hand, stick to the backside of their hand.
Yeah,
that never happened, but yeah.
So, and then let's go to Sanji to finish off the monster trio. Okay, I'm gonna go first.
You want to go first?
Yeah, because you've been going first both of them. Okay, I have him as a cornerback, a free safety, a wide receiver. I would actually have him as my quarterback.
That doesn't make sense though. He doesn't use his hands.
That doesn't necessarily matter.
Doesn't use his hands.
So?
Quarterbacks use their hands to throw the ball.
Yeah, but he has fast feet. He could be like a Lamar Jackson or
which is
a
why
Michael
he'd
Vick.
Be perfect as a cornerback or.
That's why I put cornerback first. Are you gonna let me? Are you gonna let me finish?
I'm just attacking you.
I know.
Go for it.
Gosh. Okay. Middle linebacker or head coach?
I like the cornerback the best, but I have a better position for him.
No,
I do.
No, tell me.
Kicker or punter?
Yeah,
obvious reasons.
I guess.
He's a kicking person, so he kicks things. He'd be a great kicker.
I feel like he would overshoot it though.
You could kick a field goal from the 1 yard line on the other side of the field. You can kick a 110-yard field goal with him.
Is he accurate though?
Yeah. He throws those fiery kicks from 50 yards away.
I mean, no, I'm not saying he doesn't have powerful kicks, but I'm just saying his accuracy.
I would say he's very precise with his kicks.
So, yeah, I would say cornerback just because he has that airwalk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's he's fast. He's the second fastest.
Yeah, you could do onside kicks every time with him.
Okay, are you ready for the next one?
No, I didn't get to say what I thought.
I thought you. No, so you said kicker or punter,
but I also said cornerback because he's fast.
Yeah, I just said that.
He's the I'm disagreeing. He's the fastest.
Well, I mean, Oda came out and said
that Brook is faster.
Well, because he's just bones. That's why I think that was.
It's a joke, though. It's a joke in terms of
he runs on water.
True, I get that he is faster in terms, but if you look at him,
no, I would say if he was alive,
you can't even see him move.
If he was alive,
can't see Brook move either.
No, if Brook was alive, he wasn't bones, then I would see Sanji as faster.
Well, I know Brook is faster because he unsheaths his sword, and he closed it, and boom, he's already cut you.
Yeah,
and he's behind you, so he's obviously ridiculously fast.
Yeah,
but Sanji can move so fast people cannot even see him either.
The same with Luffy.
Same with Luffy. They're all fast. Do you really think Brook is faster than Luffy or Sanji?
Oh, I'm just talking about like
Or is it just-
position-wise.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You're getting way serious here, Eric.
I am.
My gosh.
Eric is getting angry.
Hangry. Don't blame me. Blame Oda. I go off what's canon.
It's canon.
I'm one of those guys.
You can see feats. You can see feats. Not really. You can't see Sanji's feet. He's moving that fast.
Oda said it. Are you gonna really go against Goda?
It's the SBS. That's like
So?
way a long time ago.
It doesn't matter.
That's a long time ago.
Until we... Really? You didn't turn off your phone after I asked you?
I turned off my
Oh
phone.
my gosh, Eric.
My phone's on
Anyways,
silent.
we're going to move on because this is taking so long. Okay, for Nami, I said a long snapper or like a GM. The only reason why I said that because like she's a glass cannon. Like she can't get hit.
No,
And she's
can't.
done.
No.
And then I said GM just because like, you know, she can take charge of the ship,
Mhm.
right? So...
Yeah, I could see that
You
as
know.
a GM. I put her as a free safety because she can control the atmosphere. So anytime the quarterback throws the ball, she could like call wind in
yeah, I guess.
to
Yeah.
just like knock the ball out of the air.
Yeah. All right.
Clouds. She could tackle you with a thundercloud.
Okay, so next one, Robin. I had okay. This is the one I had a hard time with. I was like, okay. I kind of just like I have no one on special teams, so I'm gonna put Robin on special teams, and that's kind of like what she is now because she doesn't really get onto like head-on fights. She's more like support, right? So
Yeah, and I can see that. I can see her on special teams, but she has the best hands in all of One Piece.
I mean, she just has multiple hands. I don't
She's
know if it's the best hands.
The most. She's got the most hands, the best hands. She's got all the hands. She can make them big. She can make them small. That's your thing. But she's got the hands.
So you have her free safety? She's not even that
Wide
athletic.
receiver.
She's not athletic.
She doesn't have to be athletic. She can pull hands out of anywhere. She can catch the ball in the end zone without moving there.
I don't know. I think that's offsides.
No, it's not
Yeah.
offsides. She can just, as soon as the play starts, she can create hands in the end zone. Boom, touchdown.
That sounds like a Patriot thing that they would do.
I know, right?
All right, let's go to Chopper. Wait, did you say what you'd have? You said Robin as free safety, right? That's your
No,
final answer?
It's a GM or wide receiver.
GM is or wide receiver?
Mm-mm. I could see her kind of also, you know.
Do you really think
not a GM, a scout. A
Oh,
scout.
okay.
My bad.
Yeah. Oh, dang, that would have been a good one too.
Yeah, because she
I was
could
gonna
look at
say,
other
do you
teams.
really think she could take the criticism?
No.
Exactly.
No.
No. Okay. So next we have Chopper.
My favorite.
Okay, you can go first this time.
So Chopper is one of my favorite because he's so versatile. He's a doctor.
Yes.
He can be the team doctor because obviously he's a doctor. But if you're gonna put him on the field, I think because he's got so much versatility, he can be monster point. He can go his guard point, his kung fu point. He could be middle linebacker. The only problem I have with Chopper is that he's not the greatest leader.
Yeah.
But he is good for an athletic portion of this. So maybe he could be one of the linebackers who's not the leader.
Mhm.
He's just the athletic linebacker.
So I had linebacker as my last choice for him, but my first ones were a back.
Yeah, I
like a
could see him
fullback because I was thinking the exact same
quick.
thing. He's versatile. He can be a power back
Mhm.
or he can be a receiving
He
back.
could be his own three-headed
or
monster.
he can be like turn into a speed point.
Mhm.
Boom, boom, boom. And then I had tight end because he could be monster point like from
So tall.
blocking, and then also he's just versatile.
He's you can put him anywhere in the field. He's gonna
Exactly.
excel at it.
Okay, Usopp.
I already said mine. I think he'd be a quarterback.
Really?
He can put his ball in his little Kabuto slingshot and shoot
I
it
would say
into the end
he'd
zone.
be so scared though. Like
He wants
really
to be a
think-
brave warrior of the field.
No, I think he would just like it'd be like a rookie and it's their rookie season and just keep getting like sacked because he'd feel the pressure.
But he would be great
So-
at getting the ball downfield.
Okay,
Very, very, very accurate.
but does he have the arm strength to throw the rock?
All he needs is his slingshot.
Well, I don't think they allow slingshots.
This is One Piece
This is the One Piece version.
football, yeah.
So I actually have him as a kicker and a punter,
He'd be a
and
good quarterback.
as a defensive coordinator because he doesn't
Mhm.
want to get, doesn't want to get hit. right?
Which is why
That's why I put him in the position that you wouldn't get hit.
Which is why he'd be quarterback.
No, quarterbacks get hit all the time.
I know, but he gets hit all the time in One Piece. He gets his world rocked.
No, that's why I said a kicker, because like a kicker should maybe take one hit.
And he takes billions of hits. He got the crap beat out of him back in Alabasta.
Yeah, but I mean, he takes one hit and he's like,
And
I mean, he
he's
gets
tough.
up. He gets up, but he's not like the same.
I think he'd be a good quarterback.
No. Let us know in the comments if anybody has gotten this far.
Yeah.
And then Frankie. Okay, Frankie is my O lineman and my D lineman.
He's my
or like he's the interior D line for me.
I think he would be a good lineman. You could put him anywhere. It depends on who your
Offense or
characters
defense?
are, but offense for sure. Because he's
Do you
got
have any defensive linemen?
I mean, like you could put on the defensive line. You can.
No,
put,
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I said Zoro. He's my defensive lineman.
What else? Anything else for Frankie for you?
Frankie, he's got the thinnest legs in the world. You know, he's got a huge upper body but thin legs. But you could put him as like a defensive tackle because he has his strength.
I mean, he's pretty tall. He can knock down a throw.
Yeah. Put him there. He could be J.J. Watt.
All right, last one, Brooke. Okay, because of the speed, I said cornerback.
I said the same thing.
And then I put cornerback, free safety, kick return, punt return.
Yeah, I said cornerback, free safety as well. I mean, he could be a wide receiver, punt returner. Yeah, I could see those.
Yeah.
But I think cornerback would be his best because he's a pretty defensive character in One Piece.
I mean, he took on Big Mom.
Yeah.
He got hits on her.
Yeah, that's why I didn't think he would be more of a
Not like
defense
an
player.
offense. Yeah,
because he wasn't that strong on offense. He doesn't have hockey. He's just good at stopping. You know, he's more of
got him stalling.
Yeah, stalling.
Okay, and then okay, I said that we're doing the only One Piece, but I have a bonus.
Bonus round.
Okay, I have 3 bonuses.
Ooh, wow.
And then you just give me off the top of your head.
You're gonna go.
So I'm gonna say Bartolomeo, O-line.
That's what I had him at.
Okay. Cavendish, cornerback, or wide receiver. Because when he goes into his
He's a pretty boy.
kind of like his that's
Or
he's a
defensive
diva.
end.
No,
Or-
he's a diva, right?
Yeah, the diva status.
Exactly. So cornerbacks and
And
wide
wide
receivers
receivers
are
are divas.
You know, they can they can definitely be like, you know, they have to have that confidence.
It's all about me.
And then Harudin, D tackle.
Yeah.
Just because he's just so big.
Or defensive end, yeah. I can see that.
He's not that fast though.
But he's long.
Okay.
Extraordinarily long.
Yeah.
So he can literally just grab the quarterback from where he's standing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, if you have him in the interior defensive tackle, yeah, he pushes up the middle, then your Usopp
This
would get
class
so
one.
much pressure, right? And then you have to go on the outside, and that's when Luffy or Zoro tackles him.
Mhm.
Boom, got him.
Oh,
And then Usopp's out for the season.
maybe.
No, but I did think about Usopp for quarterback for like because he is a sniper, right?
Yeah.
He would have that accuracy.
Yeah.
But then I was like, you know, he doesn't want to get hit.
Well, of course. That's why you get a really good center that can snap the ball back in like a gun position and snap it back like 50 yards to like the one.
Oh my god.
And then he shoots it all the way to the end zone. Boom, boom, touchdown to Robin's hands.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. I have a great strategy. I thought about the strategy too.
Yeah.
That's why I think that the best tackle you could get, which is your outside line, Bartholomew Kuma.
Oh, dude.
I
he
know.
would oh my god. Okay, we got to stop here because we want to make this a series.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you watch football or if you don't but you heard our description of the positions,
Yeah, you should
tell us what you think each position each Straw Hat's position would be.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. And I think that's it.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Yeah, definitely like and subscribe. Again, follow us on Instagram at onepiece.doc.podcast and like and subscribe to this channel.
And it's Erik.
This is Mr. Six.
And we're out of here.
We'll see you back at the dock.